Hey everyone, welcome to part 4 of Let's Play Mega Man 3. This time I feel like taking on a snake. Always had a interesting spot for Snake Man. Not because I particularly like him or his stage, but because he was in the first episode of the Mega Man cartoon that I ever saw. And even though it wasn't the first episode of the show, I still remember it pretty well because it was on Christmas Day when I was a kid, and it was a great Christmas day because that was the Christmas that I got Secret of Mana for the Super Nintendo. One of my favorite games ever. Something I'll eventually LP. Yeah, I remember I was all excited about that, and I was playing with my stuff, and I'm like, what's on TV? I turned to the TV Guide channel at the time, and I'm like, what's this? It says Mega Man, and I was like, no way, it can't be Mega Man. The video game in cartoon form? So, of course, I turned the channel, and sure enough, and it was the episode called Bot Transfer. That had the story for that was that Mega Man and Snake Man switched bodies. So that was the first episode of Mega Man I ever saw, and because of that, one of the lines I still remember from the show is when Mega Man was in Snake Man's form. He just like something happened, like he was in trouble or something. It was just like Slithering, Serpents. I'm like, that's funny because he's a snake. And of course, I was a stupid kid at the time, so that was funny. But good times were had by all. Good cartoon. I do own the whole series of the cartoon show. Yay! Thank you, ADV Films. Anyway, back to Snake Man's level. One thing I will say about Snake Man's level is that it's very well designed. It looks like a snake. You can tell a snake lives here. Lots of Hammer Joes in our way. Yeah. Now, in this game, before we had Eddie giving us stuff, we had the mystery cans, which contain random things. It wasn't until Mega Man 4 that we got Eddie, or Flip Top as he was called in the North American version. Yeah, facts are fun. Also, fun fact, I guess I'll get there eventually, this is one of the few games in the series that have a pretty bad glitch in it, but we'll get there in a second. I don't know, I always like this enemy, how its head is up there and its body is part of the stage. I always thought that was pretty neat. These guys are easy. Wait for them to pole vault, jump over them, shoot them in the back. Real easy. Be careful with this jump. It's easy to not make it. Very easy to not make it. I used to miss that jump all the time as a kid. This is like the only part in any of the 8 Robot Master stages that ladybug thing is in, so good show. Alright, this is the glitch. You want to jump right before these cloud things get up underneath you, because it's possible and quite likely that once they touch your feet, you'll just glitch right off the side of the platform and die. Otherwise, it's just pretty simple platforming. These cloud things, or basically bullet bills hiding behind clouds, I always thought of them as. It's pretty easy to manipulate them. Once you shoot them, the cloud bursts apart and then they come flying at you. So you can just use that to manipulate the pattern. And we find ourselves at the Snake Man already. Good old Snake Man. Not weak to Spark Shot? Alright, I thought you were. That changes things a bit. Hey, you were supposed to jump. Well, I'm gonna die on this attempt. I thought Snake Man was weak to Spark shot for some reason. Just on an off chance here. Let's see if Shadow Blade does any better. A little better. Maybe I was thinking Shadow Blade. There's a strange weird weakness triangle in this game that doesn't exist in any other of the games. Basically, 5 of the Robot Masters here are very weak to their own weapons. And then 3 of the remaining Robot Masters are very weak to their own weapons. Snake Man's secondary weakness is Shadow Blade. I remembered that, but basically, what is it? Needle Man. God, I have to look at the selection list. I'm drawing a blank here. I think it's Needle Man, Spark Man. Who else? Let's see. We got Search Snake for our troubles, so we can send snakes along the floors. Who is it? Top Man, Magnet Man, Hard Man, Top Man, Shadow Man. It's Spark Man, Needle Man, and Gemini Man. They're all weak to they have like their own separate triangle where they're all weak to each other. But as you see, Snake Man went down pretty quick to Shadow Blade, so you can call that a pretty solid weakness. Anyway, that minor confusion behind us, that'll do it for Part 4. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you in Part 5 when we go after Gemini Man, one of my favorite Robot Masters from this particular game. Thanks everyone for watching. I will see you next time.